All right, so what's up? I'm back again. Today I'm going to be working on the '07 Silverado again, and I'm going to be doing the remote mount transmission cooler, moving it to the back under the bed, because with having the intercooler and everything up front for the Pro Charger, there's really not any extra room, and that's just one less line I can have running a different direction instead of in the front. So it will also help keep the engine bay look a little cleaner. So there's a few reasons for doing that. I mean, performance wise, there's no major reason why I'm doing it back there. Mostly just for looks, convenience, all that. But really shouldn't be too much to it. I'll go over all the stuff that I'll be using, but it's pretty straightforward. So we'll knock that out today, and that's one less thing we got to do to get the truck finished up. All right, so this is what we're working with here. I guess the main thing, the cooler itself with the fan, because obviously if you move it and you put it under the bed, you have to have a fan or it's not going to be getting air. So the fan helps move the air through it. But the cooler I had got actually from a friend. This was on a Cummins he had built, and he changed it out for something else, and he actually gave this to me. So shout out to Jesse Voles for that one. I appreciate it. I love free stuff. It should do exactly what I need it to do. I mean, it's just an oil cooler. It's, you know, nothing special. So that, and then the lines, I'm using 6AN. It's not the PTFE lines with the liner in it. It's just braided rubber lines. But from my understanding, you don't have to have the PTFE lines. So it's a little different than the fuel lines that I ran in the last video, but that should all do the trick. It's all 6AN. And you know, these are just a bunch of 6AN fittings. I can't remember what these are called, because they're of different style than the ones for the PTFE lines. They don't use an olive or anything like that. I don't remember what their technical name is. But I got all that, just all the angles, all the stuff for coming off of it. These right here specifically are the lines that will screw, or the fittings that will screw into the 4L60, and it is specific for the 4L60. The 4L80, one of them is a longer piece. So that will just replace the connections that are already on the transmission for the quick connect factory lines. So everything else though is just, you know, your generic 6AN fitting. And then this is just a bracket that I just threw together so that I'll screw this into the bottom of the bed. Between right here and here will meet up at the two cross members. And then I'll screw that into the bed just temporarily for now. At some point, I don't know if I'll eventually weld it in, what I'll do, but it's just getting screwed in for now because that's not the bed I'll be using on this truck. But then the cooler will just mount to this, and then that will have that mounted. So I just threw this together so we could get some good way to get it mounted and have it sturdy, but not be in the way of anything. So there's really not too much to it. It's pretty basic. You know, it shouldn't be too much. We're just running two lines and mounting a cooler. So that's really about it. Okay, so I'll just show you here real quick. So obviously the factory transmission cooler would be mounted just right there, but with the intercooler in the way, you know, you don't have any room back behind it, and obviously you can't just keep putting stuff out in front. So that's the biggest reason why I'm moving it, you know, and it will let me be able to run a bigger cooler, which will hold more fluid, and the more fluid you got circulating, the better off you are. You know, that's just more fluid that can keep cooler and, you know, less chance of hopefully frying a transmission. So And it's a 4L60, so we gotta do everything we can to try to keep it alive. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this bracket mounted. It's got little nuts on the back that I've welded onto it. So once I get this mounted, you just screw the cooler in and we're good to go. But I'm gonna get this mounted up first and then we'll start going with the rest. Sorry if it sounds a little windy. We got a lot of wind today. It's like 15, 16 mile an hour winds. So I'm hoping it won't sound bad, but if it does, I apologize.
I'll hit the road. I wish we had that fight. It's everything I never showed. You'd see me alive, cause you and I were meant to make it last. We know I'm chasing something bigger than that 9 to 5 to death. I spent my last couple dollars on this bus to LA. I'm not coming home till you're proud of my name. Demons work me to the bone. You tell me pray for a change. Now the rain overflows and it washed me away. I talked to Dad last night. I really think I'm missing home. I wish I caught that flight. This is where they'll lay my stone. They see me alive, cause who am I to walk along this path? You know I'm chasing something bigger than I ever thought I had. I spent my last couple dollars on this bus to LA. I'm not coming home till you're proud of my name. Demons work me to the bone. You tell me pray for a change. Now the rain overflows and it washed me away. You're chasing angels where the devil goes and waits to make the kill. If you don't make it, go get wasted. They can take away the feels. Oh, what a thrill, what a thrill. Chasing angels with the devil. Oh, what a thrill, what a thrill. Just wait to make the kill. I spent my last couple dollars on this bus to LA. I'm not coming home till you're proud of my name. Demons work me to the bone. You tell me pray for a change. Now the rain overflows and it washed me away. I spent my last couple dollars on this bus to LA. I'm not coming home till you're proud of my name. Demons work me to the bone. You tell me pray for a change. Now the rain overflows and it washed me away. Chasing angels with the devil.
All right, so we got the lines all put together and the adapter pieces are on the transmission. So really all we gotta do now is just run the lines. We'll hook them up to the transmission and then I'll route them back through the frame or however I decide to route them, and then hook them up to the cooler, and that should be about it. The wiring for the cooler I'm not gonna do right now because I don't know exactly how I'm gonna put it. I really don't want to put it on an auxiliary switch. I'd like to wire it up so when the truck comes on, the fans kick on. I know a lot of people just do it to an auxiliary switch because it's way easier, way simpler, but you can say all you want that, oh, I'll never forget to turn it on, but at some point you're gonna forget to turn it on. So I'd rather just wire it up to the truck itself, so when I turn the truck on, the fan kicks on. So I'm not gonna mess with that just right now because I gotta figure out exactly what needs wired to what. But it's just a hot in the ground. It's nothing crazy. And you know, whether you wanna push the air or pull the air, it just depends on which way you wire it, from what I understand. I think that's correct. So I'm not gonna mess with the wiring of it right now, but we just really gotta hook up the lines and that will be about it then. And that looks like it'll wrap it up. So we got all of the lines ran, everything's done. The only thing I didn't get done would be wiring the fan up, but you know, I want to wait on that. So really besides that, I'm real happy it's all done. It wasn't too bad. It took a few hours, but you know, nothing too bad. Really now, the only other major thing I got would be just doing the intercooler piping. I gotta do the, I guess what you'd call the hot side and the cold side of the piping. That's really about it. So do that, get a few little things wrapped up, and then fingers crossed, hopefully we're ready to try to start it. And obviously there's a bunch of other stuff to do after that, but if I can get it started, I'll be real tickled to death. That'll be a huge milestone. So I'll have a few more videos out. Gonna do a few other things maybe, but still working on the truck. I just want to get it done, get it running so I can hopefully enjoy it a little bit this summer. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in another video.